He's always looking for me and trying to find me and see what I'm doing. But I feel like, you know, Cairo, she's like an extension of me. You know what I mean? It's like you, as a mom, you know what she's going to go through.
Yeah.
With being, you're a woman, you were a young girl before, and you empathize with that. And so you just really want to equip her, you know, for this world.
I just think that, and I was telling Layla before I went on, because we watch, and first of all, I'm so excited that there's a reboot. Like, first of all, Sister and The Game, which were two of my favorite all-time shows. When I just tell you, like, me and Layla watch Sister all the time. She'll pause it and be like, which one? Tia's there. And every time I'm like, that's easy. I know which one is which. But, you know, like, we watch your shows all the time. And so much of my childhood was watching Sister. And just, there's so much just seeing somebody that looks like you on television.
Yes.
And I've been fortunate to have the ability to expose Layla to people that look like her.
Yeah.
And are tall and can play sports and do whatever, you know what I mean? And so it's just been fun to see the confidence that she has.
You know, it's all about representation. I really believe in that. I really believe in, you know, when children learn, they learn through observation. And they need that relatability factor of, wow, she looks like me. And wow, if she could do it, then I could do it too. So I thank you so much for just watching the show and, you know, being able to see yourself in that, because that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? It's just all about having that representation. And I fight for that every single day with my career. You know what I mean? And just making sure that, you know, there's that relatability factor out there and in whatever I do, you know, even just being being black, but also being a woman, you know what I mean? Like being a black woman. I think that's just, it's just so important to fight for those standards.
But I think it's amazing when you enter into this world. And for me, you know, I grew up watching your show and idolizing you, and then just Corey. No, it's almost like it comes full circle because you realize the impact that people have and you root for them, and you see people that you grew up idolizing, like responding and rooting for you and saying nice things. And so it does mean a lot. But listen, I did this parental confidential to take a break from kids, but somehow it's always you talking about like, you know, when you go out for a parents' night out and then you end up just talking about how much you miss your kids.
Oh my God. And looking at pictures, you're like, I just saw them like
exactly
just 5 minutes ago. Why are we doing this?
But what are you doing? I know you're big into meditating.
Yes.
And what are you doing to help carve out time for yourself? Because it is difficult. I mean, it's great. It's a blessing to be with our family.
Yes, no, it is.
Carve out time for yourself.
You know, I'm a huge advocate about, and I'm always saying this, I have a hashtag. Look, someone's coming in here. Oh, Corey. Hi, Mr. Hardrick.
Hi, Corey.
Candace says hi.
Candace.
Cheers. Corey, she's saying cheers. Do you want to see his hair? I cut his hair. Look, look.
Hey, you got the bud. I love it. Yo, you better keep it like that all the time.
I did it straight with scissors. We didn't have, what is it, shears? We don't have shears.
My clippers broke.
His clippers broke. And his hair, y'all, his hair was, when I say a mess, it was a mess. Because he was already kind of like dreading it and stuff, but he wasn't taking care of it. He wasn't taking care of it. So I was like, Corey.
No, so but I want to see, like it got like long.
Oh yeah, it was so long. Like he just left the top because he's gonna eventually get it. He calls it the quarantine haircut. He's gonna get it eventually cut. So
you basically lined him up too?
Girl, no, we don't have the I did it with straight scissors. So anyway, I was like, wow, thank you for trusting me. But to answer your question, I'm a huge advocate about self-care, and I'm a huge advocate. Care is not selfish. And I feel like when you're a mom, it's hard for you to put yourself first. Like, I don't know why, but you feel you feel guilty. You know what I mean? You're like, oh my God, I should be doing something for everybody else and not myself. So my point is, basically what I have done is I prioritize. Number one, I say, you know what? It is okay for me to be like, look, I need time for myself.
Yeah.
I need to schedule out that time. I need to let my husband know. I even let my kids know. I mean, Cairo's, young, but with Cree, like, mommy needs time for her and time to herself right now. And I'll meditate. I've been working out, trying to work out. You had me do that
You
push-up challenge. I
killed
was
them
like, this
push-ups,
girl.
Tia. When I tell you, you killed them push-ups. You killed them. No, but honestly, like, I love that you share your journey because
Oh, thank
it's
you.
so important. No, it really is. And it's so important to show the ups, the struggle, the obstacles,
Yes.
all that stuff, because those are things we all need to talk about. And
Oh my God.
I mean, right now, all of us want to be great moms and want to be there all the time, but you have to carve out time for yourself.
You do.
Like, you have to, as a parent, for you to be whole. Like, and Layla knows, like, you need a nap. Like,
Yeah. Oh, girl, I love my naps. Even if my naps are only 30 minutes. Like,
yeah.
I love my naps. Like, you just really have to. I always say this. I say, how can the goose lay the egg, right? The mama is the goose. How can the mama goose lay the egg if the mama goose doesn't take care of herself? So how can you be the best mom? How can you be the best friend? How can you be the best CEO? How can you be the best anything if you do not take care of yourself? And I feel like, and I've seen it with my mom, I've seen it with a lot of, generations behind me, where it's like, they've given up on their dreams and their aspirations just because they have children. And it's like, no, it's awesome, it's amazing, it's great, but it's not a death sentence to what you want to continue to be and who you want to continue to be, after having kids. And a part of that is growing. A part of that is nurturing yourself and being better.
It's okay to make mistakes. And I think that's the thing that I had to really readjust, is because, we kind of maybe come from a generation where it's like, do as I say, not as I do. And I think the craziest thing for me was, I remember Layla cried when she lost in a board game. And I
Oh,
went
wow.
like, Layla, we don't cry when we lose. And she was like, but you did. Remember that game? Remember that game you lost? And I was like, but that's different. And I was like, it's really not.
Yep.
She's watching like everything I'm doing.
Everything.
And so it kind of just like, even how I pick myself up after I make mistakes, or whether I make excuses. And so I really try to, you got to take care of yourself, so she understands how important it is
Yes.
for her to take care of herself.
For her to take care of herself, because like I was saying, kids learn through observation. Kids learn through watching behavior. And the best parenting tool or skill that I've learned with being a mom of two is not just talk. It's actually doing, so that they actually can see what you're doing. And I remember when, when Cree was first born and I had to go back to the game, I cried, because there were times when I wouldn't see my son in the morning because I had like 3:30 a.m. call times. And I said, you know what's going to get me out of this feeling of guilt is I want him to see that mommy has to work hard for what she wants in life. And so when he sees me doing that, that is a better lesson for him than me saying, Crane, make sure you do your homework. Make sure you do, that you have to do that too.
Yeah, he can go back and look at the grind. Speaking of which, I've enjoyed watching you and Cree on TikTok. Y'all, first of all, you be killing it. I'm like,
girl, my husband is embarrassed. He's like, oh God, she's doing another TikTok. I'm running.
Don't you ever stop. My daughter, I cannot walk from here to the kitchen without her doing a TikTok. Like, they're obsessed.
Well, apparently I'm too old to be doing TikToks.
You're not too old to be doing TikToks. Listen.
So I'm like, I'm here for all the moms out there. Look, we used to be 20.
But another thing you helped me out with last week. You sent me a recipe. You cook.
Yes.
All the time. You have
yes.
Like, you do all that. Do you thoroughly enjoy it? Do you get sick of it? Like, what is it like during the quarantine?
No, I have been cooking every single night. Monday through Friday, I'll cook. Actually, right after this, girl, right? Well, before this, I just put out some chicken thighs because I'm going to
Okay.
bake some chicken thighs and then I'm going to make some spaghetti, so pasta with like tomato sauce and some capers and some
Bro, it's
olives.
quarantine over.
But I love to cook. It's something that I've always loved to do ever since I was like 6 years old. And I'm enjoying that, you know, and I have my glass of wine every single time I cook.
Cheers.
So cheers.
Cheers.
No,
What's
yeah,
your,
but I've been enjoying it.
what's your special dish? What do you like? If Corey's like, ooh, Tia can throw down on this, what is it?
You know, okay. I'm really good at fried chicken and waffles. So that's something that I just know how to do. I've been cooking fried chicken ever since I was little.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
So do
I
you eat it for
remember
breakfast or is that more like a dinner?
you could do it for breakfast. You could do it for dinner. I've done it for breakfast. I've had a like a slumber party. I like to throw parties and like themed parties. So I had like a slumber party and I had chicken and waffles with all different types of cereals. But my husband's favorite dish that he always talks about, he actually wanted me to make some of it tonight, is my spaghetti with my turkey meatballs. He loves it. It's just something that he's always loved my spaghetti. Even when we started dating, I used to make shrimp pasta. So I would saute some shrimp and I would put it in some pasta with some garlic bread, and I would cook that for him all the time.
Goodness.
Yeah, but so he loves pasta, and so that's one of his favorite dishes. But if you want to see how I can throw down, it's the fried chicken and the waffles, and also I know how to make some mean collard greens.
Yeah. So where did this come? Like, where did the love from? Like, was your mom a big cook? Like your
yes,
like who? So your mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's my mom and my dad. I grew up in a household where we didn't have money to, you know, order in. We just didn't have, I mean, we didn't have the money. Even we rarely ordered pizza. Like that just wasn't something that
every night
we couldn't do. So my mom and my dad, after they would come home from a long day of work, they would cook and they would rotate. And so she needed help. My dad needed help. And then they would ask us, meaning my sister or me, to get in the kitchen. And so I was the sous chef a lot. So I would cut up, season the meat, do all of that.
Awesome.
And then I fell in love with it.
That's awesome. So do you bake too? Like, are you big into baking a little bit?
No, see, that's the one thing that I need to learn more. I actually want to take some classes just to kind of learn some certain skills. Baking is not my forte, but I do bake. I mean, I can bake cookies and stuff like that. It's relatively easy, but like baking cakes and stuff.
All that. See, I have the biggest sweet tooth ever.
Really? What's your favorite?
Yes, I am. So Layla and I just made this key lime pie.
And
Layla fell in love with key lime pie. So everything has been that. I really am into like the cookies and cream ice. Like, so we're trying to like master cream icing with like cupcakes and stuff.
Yeah. Ooh.
So we like, I mean, I'm not like, you know, a great baker, but the stuff we bake tastes pretty good. So.
But isn't that amazing to be able to cook with your children?
It's amazing to see what she wants to cook and to be able to like have her fill up the cookbook and go to the store and get the, you know, go to the store and get the ingredients and then come back, and to have the time now, because I feel like we were so everywhere, and now and stuff to cook every week. And all planned out now. So yes, but Tia, I don't want to take up much more of your time. I know you have to and everything like that. I like appreciate this. What are you drinking?
So this is Zinfandel, and actually I've been killing a lot of Merlot lately.
Merlot's been,
So I said, I need to change it up.
Let me change it up.
Let me change it up. So yeah, this is Zinfandel, and I'm just gonna.
So you're Merlot.
What are you?
I like Merlot. I'm red wine, red blend. Yes. I'll do a lot of, I would say, like mixed blends, but I'm really into like Syrah's right now and Mel
Oh
Beck.
my God, that's my
Yeah,
favorite.
Syrah's and Mel Beck's are kind of like my go-to right now.
They are my favorite. Whenever I go out to a restaurant, I always ask for a Malbec or a Syrah. And sometimes they don't have them. So when they do, I'm like, yes.
Well, see, overseas, when I played overseas in Turkey, the only like red wine they had was a Malbec.
Oh,
So I
wow.
fell in love with that, you know, Argentinian Malbecs. And so that's now kind of what I'll drink. And, you know, I'll drink a cab every now and again, but
Yeah.
those are my two.
I haven't had a Zinfandel in a long time. I mean, it's good, but I like
But it's not a Merlot.
It's not a Merlot, girl. It's not a Merlot.
Well, girl,
But
please tell Corey, tell Cree, tell Kyra. We all said hello.
oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on. We'll be in touch. I need some
Okay.
recipes. So,
Okay. Awesome.
you know, send them our way. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And
Cheers.
we'll
Bye bye,
cheers.
sweetie. Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Aw, sweet.
I know you dig it. I know you feel it. I know you with it. Ooh. I know you dig it. I know you with it. Now you can hold your eyes down and buy zine. Still ain't never seen nothing this clean. We're floating, riding lower than your self-esteem. The fat is over, give your little sister back a jean. Don't have to try, I'm at the top, I'm like Yao Ming. Reason being, ain't nobody seeing over me. Come back like reverse sips, like cliches and mobile bites. So predictable and know I can read it before we write. Got security protection, that is for the ladies. I always keep my hood with me, that is for the haters. I'm posting like a notice, holding paper like a staple. Man, somebody better tell us, spread the news, break a look. I need a hater, babe. I need a hater.